Welcome back to Sith Crypto. Today we're going to go over the market, give a quick update, and go over any new developments in Celsius. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So crypto is trending up a little bit as we're moving into the end of the week. Bitcoin is above $20,000 and Ethereum over 1,100. We have some altcoins like Polygon making big moves as they've just made some announcements. And apparently Solana is going to be coming out with a phone. And Cristiano Ronaldo just signed a deal with Binance. So definitely some developments. And then also actually Coinbase just said that they are going to be discontinuing Coinbase Pro, and they're actually going to be moving a lot of new functionality into the Coinbase wallet. That's non-custodial. So they're going to be integrating some trading view features in there, and they're going to integrate support for a couple other cryptocurrency blockchains. So that's a quick market update. I do want to go over one more thing that everybody's calling for a bottom, that we've hit the bottom, and honestly, very unlikely that we've bottomed. And if we did, we usually go back and test it. The way that you know that you're at a bottom is when everybody's lost hope. And with everybody calling it a bottom, probably not. Realistically, we are going to be, going sideways and possibly seeing some more downside. However, we may go see a jump up, give people fake hope, and then come crashing down. When we do hit a bottom, it typically goes sideways and bores everybody to death. And once everybody's completely bored and lost interest, that's when the market decides to start picking back up. So right now, with all the developments that I just went over, the fact that everybody's calling for a bottom and the fact that we're trending up definitely does not look like a bottom to me from my experience. That's my quick market update and where I think we're at in terms of a bottom. Now, just to go over Celsius real quick and new developments, I do think that it has become pretty evident that there has been some type of attack on Celsius, most likely led by FTX or started by FTX anyway. As I mentioned in a previous video, they did pull out a significant amount of staked ETH from the liquidity pool with staked ETH and ETH liquidity pool, making it so that Celsius wasn't even able to pull out of their position there. And then shortly after the contagion around Celsius, Alameda, which is run by Sam Bankman-Fried, the CEO of FTX, they actually made two separate loans to Voyager and Blockfi, the two other lending platforms in the space. Just a little bit more information on that. People are accusing Celsius of being insolvent and making risky loans, but realistically, it looks like Voyager and Blockfi were the ones making the riskier loans, as Blockfi had exposure to 3AC and Voyager had exposure to 3AC. And then you can see here by Plan C's tweet here that both of these were definitely sketchy, and Celsius is staking ETH. They have a loan on Aave, they have a loan on Compound, and they have a loan on MakerDAO, none of which are actually high risk by any means. So Celsius was actually the one that was probably playing it safe, and yet the other two are the ones getting bailed out. It's all pretty suspicious, in my opinion. And then I just want to go ahead and check on the loans that Celsius has out. So here's Celsius's loan on MakerDAO. We can see that the collateralization is significant, well over 100%. Has to be at minimum 150%. So having 225% is definitely very healthy. And then let's go ahead and look at the other loans that Celsius has. This is a this is essentially just a consolidation of all the loans in one place here for you to see. But Aave, health risk over 2, really good. Compound health risk 1.7, really good. And then if we look at the history, we can see that they are paying off loans consistently. So they just paid off part of their compound loan 11 hours ago. They're paying off Aave loans, Sushi Swap. So definitely moving in the right direction. And then one more thing I wanted to go over finally is that Nexo did make a public offer to buy Celsius's positions or consolidate with them, and they're getting advised by Citigroup. And if I'm not mistaken, Celsius is also getting advised by Citigroup. So I'm not exactly sure what this necessarily means, but it does look like Nexo is making some moves to potentially try to buy out or go into a larger company, become one with Celsius. So definitely interesting to see how that plays out. But I do want to mention that, the fact that Celsius is continuing to pay off their loans, Celsius has healthy risk scores with all their loans. They actually made less risky plays than the other lending platforms. The Celsius short squeeze that's happening right now and overall sentiment around Celsius does seem to be positive. So I think the situation is looking a little bit more hopeful. And then finally, I do want to say that the reason that Celsius has remained silent is because they've hired all these lawyers. They're advising them not to talk, and they can't make any statements right now that are going to potentially, everything is up in the air. So anything they say right now is going to be held against them. So the best thing they can do is stay silent, work out their positions, and reopen withdrawals for customers, probably in a limited fashion. Voyager they previously had a $25,000 limit, and they just dropped it down to $10,000 a couple days ago. So, I think that we are moving in the right direction, and there is some hope for Celsius that maybe there wasn't previously. And so people that are saying that, all this, and I was one of them that was concerned about the lack of information that Celsius is sharing, but they're not in a position where they can. And if they are getting a coordinated attack against them, which they probably are, they can't be telling everybody what their moves are, or else those bad actors are going to be coming for them again. So they kind of have to play these games, keep as much as close to the chest as possible. And, this is all on chain. So you can go look for yourself, like I just showed you, that they are paying off their loans, that they are healthy, and that they are becoming more liquid. So definitely not insolvent, just illiquid, and they're becoming more liquid every day. So I think this is all positive. I do expect more downside in the market eventually, but we could trend up a little bit. More than likely a fake out. Well, appreciate your time. Have a good rest of the day.